it's Jeds, and today I'm going to tell you my theory on Riverdale and who I think the Black Hood is. So, let's get started. So, looking back at season 1, at the very last episode, a lot happened within that episode. Archie and Veronica finally, were happy together, and Veronica's dad was coming home. He was getting out of prison, and then all of a sudden we had a quick turn of events, and Archie's dad got shot at the diner. Basically, I think that Hiram and Hermione are definitely power hungry and they're money hungry. And so I think that Hiram, he did not want to look like a bad person before he got out of prison. So to make himself, look innocent and not guilty, I believe he hired a hitman to go after Archie's dad. And it doesn't make him look like the bad guy, but yet he is definitely the person behind the Black Hood, but he is not the actual Black Hood. There's something else going on in Riverdale. Like, you have, the South Side Serpents and you have the North Side, and I think there's actually a whole nother little clan and clique and group that we don't know about, and it's definitely it's really bad, and it's more powerful. And I believe Clifford Blossom was a part of it, Hiram Lodge is a part of it, and now we see a new character this second season, which is the St. Clairs, and I definitely think the St. Clairs are a part of it, and they're there in Riverdale to stay. I don't think that they're leaving at all. In the 5th episode in season 2, we are introduced to Nick St. Clair, and Nick St. Clair is this partier, and he's kind of got this bad boy, not kind of, he actually has that bad boy, feel about him. He is up to no good, but I don't believe he is the Black Hood. Now, in that episode, we do see him try to go after Cheryl, and I definitely believe that was on purpose, because we don't know why, he's trying to go after her, because it's kind of like it almost felt like misconnected to me. Like, it wasn't, like, why would all of a sudden he go after Cheryl and not keep trying to go after Veronica? I believe he was trying to go after Veronica because he was trying to get her away from Archie, and I believe that's what Veronica's parents wanted. But I also believe that he was going after Cheryl because that's what Cheryl's mom wanted. She wanted revenge against Cheryl for burning down the house and for, making her family look bad and for basically exposing their family. With that being said, I believe that the Black Hood is Xavier St. Clair, which is Nick St. Clair's dad. I believe Hiram had him show up at the perfect time. I believe they've been staying at the Four Seasons this whole entire time. So I believe he was hired as a hitman. He's been staying at the Four Seasons ever since Hiram got out of jail, and he's working for Hiram. Because in the past, we have definitely seen Hiram use his power and his money inside of jail to, hire the Southside Serpents to do dirty work for him. And so I don't think Hiram is definitely off, of being a good person. I do believe that Xavier is the Black Hood, and there's several different things why I believe that. For one, in episode 5 at the very end, when he's talking to Betty on the phone, and he's saying, you need to tell me one person's name that, you basically want killed. And so Betty says, Nick St. Clair. Well, in episode 6, season 2, she runs in, she's rushing, she's going to try to find Nick, and I believe this is the perfect setup for the Black Hood to finally meet Betty, which is what we see. So I believe when she runs in, she's trying to, kind of save him in a sense, because she does have a heart. But also, I think she wanted just, Nick St. Clair to really, feel guilty for what he had done. In the scene when when Betty goes in to go see Nick to see if, you know, the Black Hood had gone after him or whatever, and she was kind of surprised, like, oh my gosh, you're still here. He says nothing about the Black Hood. So that kind of, and he's standing there. It's almost like a setup. Like, why would the door be cracked a little bit? Why would he be standing there with a knife? You know, like, it's just, it's kind of iffy in my mind. Like, why would he be doing that? And I believe they called the cops, or they were trying to make Betty look like the bad person. But because when Betty delivers her line and says, you're not safe to be here, I believe that's really a play on the script, meaning like she's really not the safe one to be there. And because I believe they are all involved. Xavier, now we see Xavier in the picture, the mom, the St. Clair's mom, Nick St. Clair, Betty, and then all of a sudden 5 seconds later we see the cops. And that's, you know, that gives the Black Hood enough time to meet Betty, which is the perfect timing, because when she walks outside, she's walking down the road and she gets an unknown phone call, and she picks up and it says, now I see the real you, I see the real Betty. That was a figure of speech, meaning I see you as in, I see you as you do have a heart, which means for him, like, you can be kind of vulnerable, which I'll get to that in a second. But also, he means that literally, as in, I literally just saw you, I know who you are, and we just met. Nick is in on it, his dad is definitely in on it, and I think Hiram and Hermione are all in on it. They're trying to overtake with power and money. And I believe the reason why the Black Hood is trying to get Betty away from everyone is because he thinks that she's the most weak and the most vulnerable, but he also has a feeling that she can find out information for him, and that she could be the first person that could figure out who the Black Hood is, because he knows that she's really smart. So I believe he's trying to manipulate her and trying to do kind of his dirty work in a sense, but also trying to figure out where her allies are and where her loyalty might lie. And that's when we get to episode 7, which I'm excited for. He hears her at the very, very end on the phone, and she sounds like a really strong person. I think he is going to start getting threatened by it, and I think that's when we see he's going to try to go after her now. So I think it's going to be a really I think it's going to be a big twist. It's going to be something exciting and something fun, and I'm so excited for the next episode. So stay tuned, and I hope I hit the nail on the head with this, because I'm really feeling really, really good about this. Thumbs up this video. That was too enthusiastic. Thumbs up this video if you agree with me, or leave a comment in the comments below if you have a different opinion or different theory, or what you might think that who the Black Hood is. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching.